Hello. Today I want to give a talk about the cetacean mother-calf behavior observed from a small aircraft of Southern California. Introduction. When it comes to the mammals, the babies or calf survival rate is highly correlated to the mother's nursing behavior. And if an animal can see them through their most vulnerable period in life, which is their early developmental stages, the populations of the species would naturally increase. In order to have a better understanding of those creatures, scientists have tried many ways to observe the interaction between the mother whales and the calves. But there are some difficulties, like they spend their entire life living on the water. It is hard to approach them without getting noticed. So these kind of research have been poorly recorded because of this. And this is why we've been doing this. Because without the proper information, they won't be able to have clear rules to tell people whether they have crossed the line or not, even though they don't mean it. Study objective. We want to conduct the behavioral observations of cetaceans by using aircraft. And we would focus on the mother and calf pairs because we see them as a critical component of population conservation. Therefore, we're about to provide some definitions about their behaviors to enhance the development of conservation and management measures so that the people could follow those measurements to minimize the disturbance to them. Why is the whales hard to observe? Due to their habitat is not what we're familiar with, most of the methods we take, or at least what we can think of, are not efficient enough. The first one is by human divers. Since the light cannot penetrate through the water very far, the divers have to be close enough to get proper information from the whales. And the whales surely have better environmental perception than we have. Most of the time when they are traveling, then probably it's fine. But if the mother whale was doing nursing, such distance might become an interruption. And not to mention the vessels, the sounds and the movement are more larger than one human can make. So the best way that we've now discovered is by using aircraft. This is the map of the Southern California flight where the research flights were taking place. And the air route was extended from the coastline to about 200 kilometers offshore from San Diego and then north to near Los Angeles. The method by using aircraft was pretty simple, so I'll just show you how they manage their aircraft through distance and height. At a normal observations, the aircraft would be controlled in a range of 244 to 305 meters high and at around 100 knots ground speed. When the mother and calf pairs were sighted, the altitude would increase to 457 meters high to avoid potential disturbance. And the aircraft would start to circle the target at a radius of about 0.5 to 1 kilometers to collect extensive details. Here I'm going to locate some of the terms that are on a baleen whale, which will be shown in the next slide. The first one is rostrum. The rostrum is the head, and the baleen is the brush-like structure that filters the water out and keeps the food inside the mouth. And the mammary glands are the teeth. So remember that the teeth are located at the lower back of the body, and so do the peduncle. The peduncle is where the body goes narrower. You can see the body's here getting thinner, and it becomes the flukes, and the flukes is the tail. And there are two behaviors that I've been talking about in the research, which are apparent nursing and backriding. And apparent nursing has a clear definition saying that the cow will stay less than 1/4 BL, and the cow's head faces towards the mother's teeth area or peduncle for at least 5 seconds. And here is the mirror teeth and peduncle area. And BL is body length. They didn't observe the presence of milk, therefore couldn't confirm that the milk was transferred from the mothers to the calf during the current nursing. And the current nursing was based on the position of the calf's mouth in close distance to the mother's teeth. And in the real nursing, the calf is actually eating the milk, so you can see that some of the milk is leaking out of the calf's mouth. The definitions of the backriding is the calf touching or within 1/4 BL and will stay between the tail and the head of the mother. Backriding is a behavior for energy conservation by the calf. The calf will stay in a close proximity above the mother so that it can be easily moving forward by the propulsion of it. And proximity means in a close distance. And I say proximity because the calf doesn't have to be right above the mother, and in most cases it doesn't. It could be at either left side or right side of the mother. It depends on the calf's preference. So in the results, we found that the parent nursing occurred when the mother was motionless or swimming slowly, and apparent nursing and backriding by the calf was nearly evenly distributed on both sides of the mother. So basically, there is no preference for side to the calf. And we're focused on 4 pairs of whales, which are 2 pairs of gray whales, 1 pair of blue whales, and 1 pair of green whales, and in addition, 1 pair of killer whales. For the first pair of gray whales, they travel slowly with a mean speed of about 3.6 kilometers per hour. The calf length was about half of its mother and had a space to it, about 1/4 BL. There was only 1 nursing session recorded, lasting for 15 seconds. For the backriding, we recorded 11 times, and the calf stayed at the left side for 6 times, and at the right side of the mother for 5 times. When the calf was doing backriding, there was a pattern that the calf would first lie on one side of the mother, and then quickly crossing over the back of it, and then eventually stop at the other side. For the second pair of gray whales, they also travel slowly with a mean speed of about 4.3 kilometers per hour. The calf length was also half of the BL and had a distance to its mother between 1/4 to 1 BL. There were 3 nursing sessions recorded, lasting from 20 to 76 seconds. And in the 3 times of backriding, the calf stayed at the left side for 1 time and stayed at the right side for 2 times. This pair of blue whale was swimming as slow as the previous 2, and the calf length was also half of the BL and had a distance to its mother between 1/4 to 1 BL. And there were 4 nursing sessions recorded, lasting from 13 to 264 seconds. And for the backriding, we recorded 4 times of it, which composed of 2 times at the left side and 2 times at the right side. And in this case, we call it evenly distributed on both sides. And at the near end of the video, which they didn't provide, there is a representation of both approach to the pairs about 100 meters. The calf was curious about it, so we led his mother about 2 BL away to check what that thing was. So what does that mean is that even if we didn't get too close to them, or at least we thought we didn't, they respond as long as they know we're there. So the disruption right here could have been made in accident. The 4th pair of whale is fin whale. You can see that the traveling speed is slightly faster than the previous 3. For those who don't know, that fin whale is one of the fastest whales on the world, and the calf length was about 2/3 BL and had a space to its mother about 1 BL. And there were 3 nursing sessions recorded, lasting from 31 to 138 seconds. And the 10 times of backriding was evenly distributed. During the parent nursing, the calf was generally perpendicular to its mother's teeth peduncle area. and perpendicular means this angle shows 90 degrees. They occasionally had some interactions with the dolphins, which are here, by physical contact. For the killer whale, there was no backriding observed, and the only one nursing session which lasted for 4 to 5 minutes. And there were 2 positions found in apparent nursing. The first position was they were swung parallel with their ventral sides faced to each other. And this is the first position. And the ventral sides means the belly. And the second position was the adult swim on her back with the yearling lying on her. This is the second position. Swim on her back is the mother killer whale was swimming upside down and with the calf lying on her. So, discussions. Those observations are useful indices of potential disturbance or threat. So we describe how backriding and apparent nursing occurred when the mother and calf are in close proximity. We thus recommended that they should not be disturbed when they are within 1/2 wheel of each other, because in such distance, the mother could be nursing or doing other key behaviors, including supported rest, like backriding or protection. And those behaviors would directly influence the potential survival of the young. And thanks for listening.
Nice try, but I think you have to increase your stage performance more, because some words I can't hear clearly. And your PPT is more readable, but can put whole name to remind people when you use abbreviation.
I think there are great improvements in the artwork of the slides, but the conclusion of the slide is missing, so it will be better to add the conclusion slide in the top.